everyone, welcome back to another video. I am so excited about this video because this video marks the very first video of fall, and I want to make so many videos, so many things that I have planned for like the next 3 months. I love the fall. The fall just is cozy, it's spooky, it's just everything that screams kasturi. So I am super excited for this video. I am going to show you all the books that I'm going to read in this fall. So that is like September, October and November mainly. And I'm also going to show you the things that I bought for like home decor and as well as like for Halloween. I'm sorry, but Halloween is like every day in my mind. But once we are hitting the fall season, it's just Halloween. So I'm super excited. I think I'm going to start off with the books that I'm going to be reading, and then I'm going to show you all the things that I have bought. But of course, you can just like skip, and if you don't want to know the books, if you just want to see the things that I got, you can of course skip this part. But let's begin with all the books or my fall TBR. The very first book that I am so excitedly looking forward to read, and this title is actually releasing I think on the 24th of September. It is called The Graveyard Shift by Emil Rio, and this is a novella. Now, unlike a lot of people, probably most of you, I have not read If We Were Villains. I did start it, but I did not complete it, and I know it is a crime at this point, but I am very excited for The Graveyard Shift. It's about this sort of college cemetery where this hole appears all of a sudden, and then there are these 5 people who are trying to figure out what exactly is happening. So we have a bartender, we have the hotel receptionist, the college editor-in-chief, I think there's a driver and someone who works at the church, and these people are coming together to figure out what's going on. It sounds super vague, but I think it's best to just go into something like this completely like blind, because it is a novella. So I don't want to read or know more than this, but I'm super excited to read, and I really hope it's gonna be a little spooky and a little dark. So I'm super excited. Let's go into some of the fantasy book that I am dying to read this fall. The very first one is The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King by Carissa Broadbent. Now, this is the second book of Crowns of Nyxa duology, but I know there are other books that's also come out which is set in the same universe but deals with different characters. But the first book is called The Serpent and the Wings of the Night, which is this sort of fantasy, romance, I guess like a romantasy duology, which is about this human girl and then the vampires, and they are like all into this survival game. And so whoever wins, apparently Nyxia, which is one of the 12 gods, appears and grants them a wish. So this human girl sort of teams up with this vampire guy, and when there is vampire involved, I am reading that book. So I loved the first book. It was amazing. It was so fast-paced. Absolutely loved the human character because she was so like strong, and it was action-packed. So I'm very excited to read the second part. The next fantasy book that I am super excited to read is named The Hem of Midnight by Marina J. Lostetter. And this is a fantasy book that has a very dark elements in it, and it has a very interesting concept. So it is about this world where there are these expert craftsmen who make masks based on people. So it could be anyone. And so if someone wears that mask, whatever personality that person had based on whom the mask was made and their powers and abilities, they gain it. So in this world, there is also a very deadly mask that has been made which belongs to a serial killer. So anyone wearing them could gain their abilities. And so someone does get it, and then they start killing people same way this serial killer was killing, but it's slightly different. And then we have this group of people who is trying to hunt this person down and find out who is the one who's doing this murder and was gained these abilities. Now, this sounds exactly the kind of fantasy book that I am definitely going to read. Like, it has serial killer, it has these this hunt, this chase. It just sounds like it's going to be super action-packed. And I think there are like 2 books in it. I'm not sure how many books. I know it's a series, so I'm not sure if it's like a trilogy or if it's a duology, but I know it's like more than 1 book. But I'm super excited to at least begin with this world. We are getting into the novels that I am going to be reading this fall, and well, to no one's surprise, this is pretty much thriller, horror-ish mixed. So the first book that I am so excited to read is Hex by Thomas Old. I am so sorry, I've probably butchered that name. But this is a very interesting book, and it is about this town which was, well, haunted by a witch once upon a time, but then people captured the witch and they have completely sewn its eyes shut and its lips are completely sealed. So people are also keeping a surveillance so that no one can break any rules in this town, and this witch is always under control. But we have teenage kids and they're like, you know what? We are going to break some rules. We're going to film this whole thing and we're going to get it viral. So, it just sounds interesting because it's this whole backdrop of which, and there's also like the social media and technology playing a role. So I think it's going to be very interesting. The next book. Oh my god, I am so excited to start this because I think I'm going to start this tonight because I just received this book yesterday and I am very, very excited. And it is called Don't Swipe Right by L.M. Chinton. And oh my god, these are the kind of like mystery, or like this is like the definition of cozy mystery for me. This is about this woman who is just going on these dates because, well, everyone's getting married around her and she feels very stuck. So she decides to go on a dating app and look for people that she can at least go on dates and see if there's any magic that sparks up. But all the days that she goes on has just been completely terrible. And then murder starts happening. And as she's following up with this murders, she realizes that these are the people that she has been on dates with. And now she's like, oh my god, I need to find out who's doing this because what if I am next? So, yeah, it sounds super interesting and I am so excited to read this. I think I'll fly through this. This is just the kind of cozy murder mystery thriller book that I am excited to read. Next book that I am so excited to read, and this book actually I have ordered it over Amazon and I think it's gonna arrive in a day or two. It's called The Devil and Mrs. Davenport. Now this is a book that I saw in one of the YouTube videos because no one else talked about it, but it sounded very interesting and it sounded very similar to The Yellow Wallpaper. And if any of you know that, I love that book. And so this is about Mrs. Davenport who is hearing things, seeing things, and just communicating with something. And then of course, and this is set in I think the 50s or the 60s, just because that's important, because when she tells her husband that this is what's happening to her, of course the husband doesn't believe her. So I think it talks like a lot about also like women and how they are treated in the society, especially in that during that time. So yeah, I think it's gonna be super fun because people hearing, seeing things, sign me up. The next book that I am definitely going to read this fall is The Sundown Motel by Simone St. James. And again, this is one of the books that everyone on the YouTube and the booktube community have read it, but I haven't. And this is about, I think it deals with like two timelines, which is 1982 and 2017. So in 1982, Viv works at this place called Sundown Motel, and she realizes that something is not right at this place. And then we cut to 2017 when Viv's niece comes and like stays at this motel to find out what exactly happened because her aunt Viv has disappeared from this motel and she has no idea why. And so she is here to find out, and soon she's going to find herself in some very crazy, mysterious situations. Again, sounds very spooky. I think this is gonna be like this proper supernatural horror. Um, so yeah. Now let's move on from those spooky books to a little bit of extreme horror books that I am excited to read. And I just have two on my list, although I would be probably reading a lot more, but two of the books that is there on my TBR for sure that I'm going to read this fall. The first one is Grandpappy by Patrick Harrison III. And this one I am so excited about. I've actually even started reading it a little bit. So this is about this guy, again I'm completely blanking on the name, who comes and lives with his grandfather because the parents are going away. So they're like, why don't you spend some time with your grandfather? And I think the grandfather just like very old, cannot walk, and he needs these medication on time. And that's all I know about this book. And since it's extreme horror, I am definitely assuming that this is going to be gross and disturbing and Yeah, I'm excited. The next extreme horror book that I am looking forward to is For the Sake of Part 2 by Judith Sonnet. And I think this is something that, again, everyone who is into extreme horror has read it, but I haven't. I read the first part, which I enjoyed, but I've heard that the second one deals a lot more with the psyche of the bad guys. So I am excited to read that one. But basically, this is about this group of people who kidnaps someone's kid and tells the parents that, if you want your kid back, there are these things that I'm going to ask you to do that you have to complete. So, and those dares keep being like, I wouldn't say dares, but those tasks being very extreme and just very, very crazy. So very excited to read the second part of it. Finally, we've come to the last segment, which is the manga that I'm going to be reading this fall. And if you know, manga is synonymous with Junji Ito, so I'm very excited to read all of his books. I actually borrowed two of his manga from my very close friend, and the first one is Remina by Junji Ito, which is about this planet that is discovered by this scientist. So he names the planet after his daughter, Remina. But this planet is no ordinary planet because it is moving at a very high speed and destroying every other things in its course, and it's heading towards Earth. So it sounds very interesting, and I just went through a little bit of illustrations, looks crazy, very excited. The second Junji Ito book that I am so excited to read is Frankenstein. And this, again, I have no idea what this book is about, but I think this is a collection of short stories because it has like these different story names. But one of the story is Frankenstein, so I just want to see Junji Ito's take on Frankenstein. The next Junji Ito book that I'm very excited to read is Tomi, which is about this woman who I think like attracts men, and this men just end up not just falling for her but also willing to kill her. It sounds so interesting, and again, I am so excited to find out what happens. It's just Junji Ito does these manga, like this concepts are very crazy, so I'm very excited. The last manga and pretty much the last book on this TBR list is PTSD Radio, and I am blanking completely on the author's name, but it is very interesting and I have heard it being compared to Junji Ito's work, so I am really, really looking forward. I am really, really lost on the summary of this manga, but I think it's like told in form of these fragmented short stories, but that all comes together. But I think, yeah, I mean, that's all I know pretty much about it. But maybe when I've read it, I can give you guys a much better summary and, yeah, what this book is about. But yeah, it's a horror manga, so sign me up. Okay, so that was my fall TBR. Now we are getting into the fun part because I want to show you guys all the things that I've bought for this fall as well as for Halloween. So I am so, so, so excited. So I honestly don't know where to start, but as you can see, and look at this bag. It's like so cute. It's like it has this Halloween pumpkins on it. So I honestly don't know where I should start. I've got this really like cute looking pumpkin. So I got one in white and one in like brown. And these are all actually not that expensive, which is great. And so all these things that I got are like from different places. So there is Primark, there is BMV, there is also this another shop. So it's like accumulation of all these shops. The next thing that I got is this pumpkin candle. Just look at it. It's like the cutest thing. And it smells exactly like pumpkin spice. So super excited for that. So honestly, the next things are pretty much all like Halloween themed because I just kind of went crazy. So I am so excited to show you guys. So the first thing that I got is this pillow. It says treat, and when you turn it over, it says trick. Oh my god. Tell me you don't love this. It's so good. The next thing, and I can't even tell you how much I love this thing. Like, I literally saw this in Primark and I went insane because I'm like, I need that. I need that right now. And it's this mug. It says witch's brew, and if you see here, it says drink up witches. This is literally like one of the best things that I own. I love this. I love this so much. The next thing that I got is this cute little like Lego puzzle thing. So it's like it has this 29 building blocks and I have to build this thing, and it's gonna be a fun time. It's 29 pieces It's gonna be a fun time. The next thing, and this is something that Menak wanted to get, which is this cookie cutter. Oh my god, look at this. It's in the shape of a ghost and a bat. And we're both very excited because we're gonna make some cookies and in this shape. The next thing that I absolutely love, and these are actually, we got two of these. So, you know, one is this orange like ghost stuff. You can see like it has like pumpkins and ghosts, and this also sort of like ghosts. Yeah, it's really cool. So yeah, that's one for me and one for Manak. The next one, which is really funny, it's this. I know, it's hilarious. It's very funky. This is also Manak's choice. If you see funky things, that's his choice. So yeah, I recently set up my bookshelf that I'm very excited about. So a lot of things will actually go on the bookshelf. So this is one of that. The next thing, which I mean, I had to get it. Come on, because my Halloween, my fall will be incomplete without a vampire. And look at this. Oh my god. You know what? I love all the things that I got, but just look at this. Just literally look at this. I'm just gonna place it like this on my bookshelf, and I am excited. See, a lot of things that I got, I had to think that will it look great on my bookshelf? So yeah. The next thing that I got, which is literally one of the coolest things that I've seen in Primark, it's this. It's this. It's literally like an eye floating. I mean, look at it, like how creepy that is. And it's literally, and I think it's like a bounce thing. I don't know, like when you bounce it, it like lights up. I don't think it'll happen now. I mean, yeah, oh, yeah, it did. So I don't know if you can see the light. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, absolutely love it. Okay, the last thing that I got. Oh my god. I am so excited to show you guys. So it's a wreath that I'm gonna hang outside of my door. Oh my god. I cannot even. Oh my god, look at it. Look at this wreath. It is so cool. Tell me this is not cool. Look at this. It is literally like everything. It's everything. It's everything. Yeah, these are pretty much all the things that I got, and that's all the books that I'm planning to read this fall. I hope you enjoyed this video because this is one of my favorite videos that I have probably made, because I just talk about all things that I absolutely love. And I'm very excited to do a lot more vlogs. I do plan on doing a vlog where I'm just reading Junji Ito manga, because I just want to film like a vlog there where I'm reading manga. I also want to like, you know, make some fall vlogs, because we do plan on going for pumpkin carving, or you know, just as I said, like making these Halloween cookies with this cookie cutter. So you will see all of that in vlogs for sure. And yeah, I hope you're excited for fall as much as I am, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, well, season the rest of the year. And don't forget to like, share, comment below, and please do subscribe to this channel because it does help me a lot. And if you want to know every time that I upload a video, please press the notification bell, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye.